Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. So in my last video we discussed the basics of fuse bead art, how to make it, the materials you need and all that. So I'm just extending that last video today into one of my favorite things to do, that is making portraits out of anything. So today we are going to make a fuse bead portrait, but because portraits are huge, so the materials I'm using are a little bit different from the regular fuse beads or perler beads materials. So first thing that we require is obviously a pegboard, and you can see that this is a very small pegboard. It's a very fine pegboard because this uses beads which are just 3 mm or specifically 2.6 mm rather than the regular 5 mm perler beads which are more common. Then we have two color beads with me. One is black, as you can see, and you can see that how small these beads are. They are like very miniature beads. And then I have the white beads because I'm making a black and white portrait. I have the colored perler beads also, but I really don't want to waste them in case this does not work. And I have already tried one with a larger pegboard, so you can see that these are attachments in this pegboard. So I have three more like this, so I can make a bigger pegboard also. So this is like 50 beads you can do across and 50 beads you can do down. So I was able to make 100 by 100, but then when the time came to iron it, that's when everything went south and it did not work out. I might post a small short video on that just to showcase the problem that I had. And I have extra beads also just in case these do not work. So this is 50 by 50, that is 2500 beads I'm going to utilize. And this is the forceps that I use to pick the beads. So you can use it to pick up single beads. So you essentially just put the end into a bead and hold it, and then when you have to put it down, you just do it there and then leave it. And once you do it, you do not touch it, you do not move it unless you want to correct the positioning. And because there are two prongs in it, you can also use it to put two beads in one go like this, and you can use it to place also two beads like this. So you can do single beads or you can do two beads. Both are so depending upon the kind of sequence that I have in the template, I might pick up single bead or I might pick up multi beads also. Next you need the template. So I will cover how to generate the template in another video. I already have my own program, but there are publicly available programs also which allow you to generate the template. The template which I have generated using my program looks something like this. So this is the famous Marilyn Monroe, and I decided to do her portrait just to test out. So when you use my program, it gives you the original image, the template, that the generated template, how it will look like, and then it gives the count of the colors. So you can see that you need 871 black beads and 1629 white beads, and then it will give you row wise count. So for example, in row 1 you need 49 white beads, 1 black bead. In row 2 and row 3 you need 50 white beads only, because N15 is the white color and N01 is the black color, and similarly you have got for all the rows. So that's what we will be doing. We are going to go row wise, and then let's see how it turns out. It's fairly simple, fairly monotonous task. You just have to keep doing it, but you have to make sure that once you start doing it, you do not move the board. You do not have the luxury of moving the board, because the beads might fall off and then you will have to do it all over again. So guys, let's get started with the first row with 49 white beads and 1 black bead. And because in the second row I have all white beads, so I will try to do try to do 2 beads in one go, so that I don't have to waste that much time. So that's how 2 beads will go. Just wanted to showcase how it will go like. You can do single row also. it's not necessary that you have to do 2 rows in one go, but it does save time. If you feel a bead is not coming out properly, you can always reverse the direction of the bead to make sure that it is fitting properly. It's a job of patience. You cannot rush this. The moment you will rush this, the beads are going to come out because you accidentally hit them with the forceps or some other reason. So you have to be like super careful. And another reason why you need so much patience with this is because these are such small beads. I'm not using the regular 5 mm beads, which are much easier to handle, as you saw in my previous video also. These are not that easy to handle, but then these allow you to reduce the size of your portrait. If you use the 5 mm bead, the pegboard size will be large, the portrait size will be very large. So yes, it comes with its own set of pros and cons. I keep shuffling the beads, so that I can get them together like in pairs, and I don't have to search for it. You can put lesser number of beads in the bowl or in the tray, that whatever you are using. That way it's easier to pick them up. I have heard that there are specific trays that come for Perler bead art, wherein the beads stand upright and you can easily pick them up, but I have never used it, so I have never seen it also. And there is one black in the end, so I have to use the black bead, and the second one is white. And that concludes 2 lines for us. Okay, so that's 2 lines, and similarly we are going to do the other line, so I'll do that in time lapse so that we can quickly finish it up. So guys, we are now almost at the end of it. So these are the last few fuse beads that we are putting, and then we'll move to the next stage of it. Now that we are done with this, the next stage is pretty straightforward. You put a butter paper on top of it or ironing paper on top of it, and then iron it so that these fuse beads fuse. That's why they are called fuse beads, because when you put hot iron on top of it, these beads will connect to each other. They will melt and connect to each other, while leaving the back side of the beads completely circular and fine, so that it looks really nice. But I see one problem right now with this is the edge beads might fall off when I start working on this. So I feel that I should remove 2 rows, and I think I accidentally missed 2 rows somewhere in between. But fortunately the portrait is not looking bad because I missed, and I tried finding it where I missed it, but I could not, so I left it. So there are 2 rows less here. So what we need to do is that we need to remove 2 rows from 2 columns from this side. This will also ensure better stability while we are doing the ironing, because I'm pretty sure the beads in the last column are going to fall off if I start ironing with this. So let's try to make it stable and symmetrical also. Okay, so here we are. We're done with the portrait. We have removed a couple of lines from all the sides to ensure that when we iron it, these beads do not fall off. If they were big beads, I would not have done that. But because the beads are so small that even if I touch them, the beads will come off, which we don't want. Just check once more if everything is fine. There is no stray bead on top of it, because sometimes it's difficult to see. So look from different angles and check there is nothing unwanted on top of the bead. And here is your regular butter paper or ironing paper. This is what we use to iron it. So what we need to do is we need to put on top of it. Do not touch or anything, just put on top of it. And then I have the regular iron, and what you need to do is try to be gentle and do it in one go from one end to another. As you do, you will see beads becoming more visible from under the paper, and this is what is the expected. Keep doing until you see all the beads kind of flattened, their holes closed. That is a signal that the beads have fused together. Do a little extra if you want to be 100% sure. I think that it is completely done. So just give it a couple of seconds to, because this will be extremely hot. So you have to be really careful with this, and gently peel off. You will find that the plastic is still is still hot and melting. So what will happen is that this will start curving. So take it off and put a gentle weight on top of it so that it remains steady. So for example, I'm just putting my phone on top of it to keep it steady. Now if the beads have been put properly, you will see all the beads in a single at a single level, at the same level. But I can see some of the beads have, I think, come off a little bit, and I reuse some of the beads from another failed attempt that I did earlier. So some of the beads are a little up and down. But if you have used fresh beads, then this will not happen. And if you want it to cool down quickly, you can use a hair dryer with the hot setting switched off. You can just use a hair dryer to get it cool down quickly. And on the other side, everything is completely fused. You can see that the holes are almost sealed off, but on this side the holes are clearly visible, and that's what gives the unique look to the craft made from fused beads or the Perler beads. Okay, so this was our portrait, and now it's time to frame it. Technically I would have liked it much bigger, but because of the restrictions of the pegboard, I was not able to do it properly with a combination of multiple pegboards. So I did it on one pegboard. This is 48 by 48 pieces, so 48 across and this 48 across. So now it's time to frame. So for framing this, you require a shadow box. You don't need this deep shadow box. This is quite deep, usually utilized for light boxes, but this is the only one that I have right now. And because the output is in a square shape, so we need a square shadow box. What I would do is that I would require a dark, not black, but a dark background, so that this Perler bead portrait or fused bead portrait pops out. So let me just first quickly open it. So this is going to be replaced by a dark background. We won't need this, and this glass is going to go into the front end rather than at the back, which it is right now. So we'll get into that in a minute. What we'll do right now is that the first thing that we need is to have a shape cut like this. So using a knife or some other tool or scissors, you can quickly cut it. So here we have the background cut, so we don't need this anymore. Now what we need to do is we need to put this in the center of the frame. If you can, use a little bit thicker double tape so that you can lift it off the background slightly, which will give it a better look. And our portrait is mounted on the background. Now let's get this out. So there will be this inner frame. So what we need to do is we need to bring the glass on the front. This is acrylic glass, this is not actual glass. And we need to bring this. Let me just check if we are straight. Yes, this is okay. And then lastly, we need to close the frame. So, yeah, just close one or two just to show you how this will look like. And that's how this will look. Obviously there is a protective film here, so you'll have to remove it, but once you'll remove it, this is going to look good, and that's how the actual portrait comes out. So guys, that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, then please don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel for regular videos on different forms of arts, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.